from the kickoff to the 2023 season with the 47th annual Lions All-Star Game. Tom, this promises to be an interesting match with all that talent.
Listen, two different teams that are on the field. For speed at the quarterback position from the north. Look at speed from the wide receivers on the north. They're going to be big. You're going to see Peoples from Will South. You're going to see Bennett's quarterback. You're going to see the Albion's quarterback, right? You remember that, right? You're going to see the quarterback from Medina. Those are three different quarterbacks that you're going to see that can tear it up all over the place, right? Theodore's going to be running the ball for the you're going to need to stop the speed of the north. But the south got right? Running backs, they got the line right out there, right? You got a nice lineup on the north too, led by Evan Locke of Will North, an all-Western New York player right there in the line. Let's look at the south though. Big running backs, big, strong running backs, right? Justice Hill, Cam Warburton, right? You got Ricardo Kidd from St. Francis. Well, let me keep going, right? Dalton Caldwell from Purdue, but I mean, I'm honestly kidding. They've got loaded from the running back position. They also bring in Ben Casella, the big quarterback from Orchard Park. Watch out for the line. I think there's two linemen you need to watch out for. First one is Jamari Coleman over at St. Mary's. And I know I hate to do this because I don't usually plug it. You know I won't. But you better watch out for Luke Prince on the line. He's going to produce something today.
That is Tom's youngest son. He's wearing number 76, and he's honored to be here. We're happy for you and your family for that. And before we get to the actual game, we have a little bit of a preview. So let's take a look at the preview, and we'll be back with the game right after this.
One in a million chances to go.
Yeah, it's a very good experience. You making a bond with a whole bunch of players from basically across Buffalo and Western New York is very great, actually.
And I'm grateful I can showcase my talents in front of more people at this game.
I would say it's a blessing. My dad played in it many years ago, and I would say it's kind of like a tradition in my family now, and I'm glad they're carrying on that tradition now.
Awesome making friends with some of my rivals, you know? Like, especially some kids from, like, higher classes. Like, my team was Class C last year. Now I'm playing with kids from, like, Class A, Double A. Hell, we have the quarterback from the state champion.
Being able to play with them for one last time is a great feeling.
As coaches, it's an all-star game. We want all the guys to be happy. Really, everybody's a surprise. Learning where they're from, what their talents are, what their personalities are. You got to take care of the football, and you got to have team chemistry. You know, as long as we go out there and we're playing together, and we're not playing selfish football and we're playing for each other, I think we'll come out victorious. You know, the guys are coming in, they're working in practice, you know, they're being receptive to what we're teaching them, and, you know, I think that goes a long way. And like I told the guys, we're not getting you ready for this high school all-star game. We're getting you prepared for you about to go to college in the next 2 weeks.
I think the South team has size, both on the line and in the backfield. The North team has a lot more speed kind of spread around. So anytime you're playing a football game, you try to go to where your opponent's weaknesses are, and if you can, etc. at your own strengths. So we're going to spread them out, run them as fast as we can, and let our kids use their speed, and see if they can keep up.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Live from Coyer Field on the campus of Buffalo State University, I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince, and tonight we bring you the 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game, the North versus the South. And Tom, as you mentioned on our little pregame show, there's quite a different styles here, with one side having more speed and the other side having some more size, which, by the way, that makes for a very interesting matchup, doesn't it?
Well, it was great when I actually interviewed Coach Corona before the game, and you all heard it at this point, is he actually says, listen, we're two different teams, but when you do that, you have to play to your strength, not the strengths of the other team. That's what you've got to go ahead and do out there. And I know I alluded to some teams, and as it is, so those of you who didn't know, I was on the sideline, running around on the sideline doing interviews, and then now I've had to run up, and we did that. So I got my bearings together, so I apologize. I didn't get all the names out I really wanted to. But let's talk about this, right? You look at the quarterbacks here that are out here, right? Amari Jones at Albion, right? What a player. Antonio Davis at Bennett. You and I got to call a lot of Bennett games in the playoffs. I can look at you and tell you that Antonio Bennett, from the beginning of the year to the end, was a true all-star.
With Antonio Davis III from Bennett, I remember the first time I saw him, and I thought, he's got a lot of potential. And then by the time he led his Bennett High School team to a New York State Class AA championship, the growth that he had shown was tremendous.
He was throwing darts.
Yeah. I mean, and now he had Jaden Lewis, who's now at UB, not in this game, who was like one of the top players in Western New York to throw to. It was just a great team. But if you remember the game,
in my eyes, he was the top player in
thought,
Western New York.
Well, you and I thought so too, but we didn't get a vote. But anyway, if you remember the game Bennett played against Lancaster at the stadium, he threw, I think, 3 touchdowns, and each and every one of them was a perfect throw right on the money. So Davis was outstanding in Bennett's run to the championship. Now, one thing about all-star games like this, Tom, they can be really high scoring, and they do have some interesting rules where if one team gets a certain, I think it's, a 9-point lead, then you don't kick off to the other team. Yeah. So there are some rules that are a little bit different, but nonetheless, it's an honor for all these players to be in this game. They get one last chance to put their high school uniform on before they head off to college. Some of these players are undecided, but most of them have picked their schools and where they will continue to play football.
And you'll hear that, too. You absolutely will hear that as the game goes on and also inside the introductions. But I also don't want to forget, there's another quarterback out there. It's Aiden Pitts.
Yeah.
Like, Aiden Pitts at Medina is another top program that you're talking out there. So I don't want to leave all these names out there. And then, oh, by the way, he may get what I call the unsung hero of Western New York, and that's a Dick Gallagher phrase. You know it. He loves talking about that. The unsung hero of Western New York, I've said it, has been Noah Skinner of Medina, and that's one of the running backs. And he's going to be joined by the unbelievable running back that we've seen, Jordan Theodore from Sweet Home, who is absolutely going to be lightning out there.
Well, I'm glad that we will actually get a chance to see Jordan Theodore, because you and I did a Sweet Home basketball game or two, and he missed, I think, most of the season with an injury.
Yep.
So we're glad that Jordan is back and able to play in this game, and then he'll go on to college. As you can see, the players on the field warming up. That's the South. That's the North in the white and the South in the blue. And so far we haven't had a coin toss to see who's defending which end of the field.
So let's keep talking about some of these players. Right? I want to get some of these names out because they're all all-stars, and they deserve that honor, right? You know, here's a kid that's surprising. He's going to actually play the line for this in this game. It's actually Doug Washington of Burgard. I want to give him credit for doing that because he's a running back, right, and a defensive player. And you're being asked now to play an offensive line because of how big that you are. And I want to give that kid credit for stepping up and doing that to be able to help out his North team, because that's very hard to do when you want to go play, you know, another position and you're being asked to play, you know, a line.
Well, and you can do that in all-star games because these are the best players in all of Western New York. So if there's ever going to be a chance to do it, this would be the chance, and good for Washington for doing that. There's some other guys. We saw Micah Harry have a great career at Lancaster.
And we'll get to that. Let's hold on. One more for the North, okay, before
sure.
you get to the South.
Sure.
How about Javon Jones, the brother of Amari Jones, right? This is a kid that can go wide receiver, right, that can run the ball, that can play defense for you. Another star that's out on this field. And I'll tell you, one of the big players that also was looked at by the coaching staff of the North was Mitchell Dates. He was probably the line guy that you saw out there that really was someone that surprised everybody as a top lineman, and he went out and earned his spot and got himself a captain and a C on that chest.
Good for him. Like I said, we could talk about any one of these guys. They're all among the best players on their teams. Switching over to the South, I think we're all familiar with Ricardo Kidd from St. Francis. He had an outstanding year. Ben Gasella from Orchard Park. Nywan Littlejohn from Western New York Maritime and Health Sciences. Justice Hill from Maryvale. He's a downhill runner. He runs hard. He will punish you. And Hill's
very similar to Cam Warburton.
Yes.
Two very similar running backs.
And
how about Brody Stevens in Orchard Park, an all-around player, Win Award winner. We'll explain that later in the game exactly what that is.
Justice Hill, by the way, is headed to Edinboro. A lot of these players are staying pretty close to home. Luez Taylor from Timon is going to Buff State. Andrew Houston to Edinboro. Luke Prince, Hilbert. So you see a lot of if you follow high school football and you want to watch some of these kids play in college, you'll have the opportunity because most of them are pretty close to home. In fact, Tyler Ryan from Clarence Wilkes University, which I think is in Pennsylvania, maybe one of the longer drives you have to make. Well, St. Francis University for Jordan Theodore. Central Connecticut, we've got one player going to Central Connecticut.
And that's actually Ricardo Kidd.
So
that is Ricardo Kidd that's going to Central Connecticut.
So
and then look at here's a name you just brought up, Aiden Matthias from Hamburg. Watch this kid. He's going to play Division II football over at Clarion University. I'm telling you, he's one of those guys that slid under the radar a lot this year. I'm telling you, he's a top player in Western New York.
All right, I think we're going to go down on the field for the introductions of the players.
All assistant coaches at St. Joe's, along with next year's North head coach Eric Valley from Medina. The North team is in the Navy uniforms and are the designated home team. Now, introducing the 2023 North All-Stars. From Lockport High School, committed to Buffalo State University, number 0, Anthony Bowman. From Albion, committed to Edinboro U, number 1, a captain, Amari Jones. From McKinley, committed to Alfred State College, number 2, Azari Adunye. From Medina, committed to Buffalo State, number 3, Aiden Pitts. From Akron High School, committed to Alfred State College, number 4, Chris Bergman. From Sweet Home High School, committed to St. Francis University, number 5, the captain, Jordan Theodore. From Bennett, committed to Alfred U, number 8, Antonio Davis III. From Lockport High School, committed to Monroe Community College, number 12, Cole Smith. From Williamsville South, committed to Alfred State, number 13, Daniel Peoples. From Albion High School, committed to SUNY Brockport, number 14, Javon Jones. From McKinley, committed to Alfred State College, number 15, Shamonte Griffin. From Clarence, committed to Wilkes University, number 25, Tyler Ryan. From Tonawanda, committed to Erie Community College, number 34, Alex Gallo. From Medina, committed to Buffalo State University, number 42, Noah Skinner. From Roy Hart Barker, Londonville, committed to Southeast Lineman Training Center, number 45, Lucas Dries. From Burgard Performing Arts High School, number 47, Doug Washington. From St. Joe's Collegiate Institute, committed to Alfred State U, number 52, Christopher Williams. From McKinley High School, committed to Buffalo State U, number 56, Ray Sean Riley. From St. Joe's, committed to SUNY Morrisville, number 62, Killian Vargas. From Williamsville East High School, committed to Utica University, number 66, a Captain Mitchell Dates. From Kenmore East High School, committed to SUNY Brockport, number 67, Patrick O'Hanrahan. From Canisius High School, committed to Ohio University, number 75, Colin Smith. From Lockport High School, committed to Hilbert College, number 78, James Weaver. And from Williamsville North, committed to Buffalo State University, number 84, a Captain Evan Locke. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 North All-Stars. Now introducing the coaching staff for the South All-Stars. Head coach from Western New York Health Science Charter School, Tyree Parker. Assistant coaches for the South team are Montrese Webster, Louis Bell, Ron Reddick, Maurice Jones, Lewis Hawkins, Shaquille Dudley, and Rashawn Perry, all assistant coaches at WNY Health Sciences. The South team is in the white jerseys and are the designated away team tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 2023 South All-Stars. From Cheektowaga Central, number 1, Cameron Warburton. From St. Francis, committed to Central Connecticut, number 2, Ricardo Kidd. From South Park, number 3, Nani Rivera. From Western New York Maritime Health Sciences, committed to Alfred State College, number 5, Marquise Miller. From South Park High School, wearing number 6, Giovanni Pagan. From Orchard Park High School, committed to SUNY Brockport, number 9, Ben Gosella. From WNY Maritime Health Sciences, committed to Alfred State College, number 11, Naiwan Littlejohn. From South Park High School, committed to Erie Community College, number 12, Damari Johnson. From Hamburg High School, committed to Mercyhurst University, number 13, Jeffrey Lavelle. From Hamburg High School, committed to St. John Fisher College, number 14, Emmett Reeder. From Dunkirk High School, number 15, Noah Sykes. From Maryville, committed to Edinburgh U, a captain, number 23, Justice Hill. From Orchard Park, committed to Buffalo State U, a captain, number 27, Brody Stevens. From Faulkner Maple Grove, committed to Alfred University, also a captain, number 28, Dalton Caldwell. From Lancaster High School, committed to SUNY Brockport, wearing number 41, Micah Harry. From Hamburg High School, committed to Clarion University, number 44, Aiden Matthias. From St. Mary's of Lancaster, number 50, Jamari Coleman. From John F. Kennedy High School, committed to Alfred University, number 52, Anthony Cronbeck Jr. From Cheektowaga Central, committed to Hilbert College, number 55, Jamel Bishop. From Bishop Time in St. Jude, committed to Buffalo State U, number 56, Luez Taylor. From Western New York Maritime Health Sciences, committed to SUNY Morrisville, number 63, Greg Smith III. From Orchard Park High School, committed to Hilbert College, a captain, number 76, Luke Prince. And from Lakeshore High School, committed to Edinburgh U, number 77, Andrew Hewson. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 South All-Stars. At this time, we ask all players, coaches, and spectators, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem. I need a sip. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This man does it all. I'm the Rick Wall right now. I did not mean to see that. Oh my god. I was on her like. Let's go. Great job, man.
A unique doubleheader. That was PA announcer Jack Cruiser doing the national anthem, a great rendition. And you've heard Jack on Western New York Athletics previously.
He does it all.
Yeah,
he does it all. I mean, he could sing, dance, perform. I mean, the guy does anything. Anything you ask him, he can do. He's incredible when he does it.
Yeah, that is amazing that he did. He introduced all the players and he did the national anthem as we get ready for the toss of the coin.
And somebody special is doing that toss. Why don't you let them know?
That is Frank Wolf, the founder and owner and man in charge of Western New York Athletics, and he will be performing the coin toss duties. You'll see that. There's the look at the South players, and now I think we're just going to go down on the field for the toss of the coin.
Yeah, we'll have our captains that are going to come out there right now.
You must be feeling especially proud to see your son out there.
Listen, how can you not? In an
Yeah,
all-star
exactly.
game, and you had to go out and prove it in practice, and I just thought that was something special. But let's toss this down to Francis as we're going to let them carry it from here.
We have a guest coin toss here, Frank Wolf from Western New York Athletics. Tell us you're the visitors, your call. Heads. Heads was called. It is tails. Your choice: kick, receive, defend, or defer the second half.
We would like to defer to the second half.
Means you're getting the ball. Which goal do you want to defend?
We would like to defend this way, kick this way.
Okay, put your kicks in here.
So North wins the toss and they defer, which means South will get the ball first. And we'll get a look at that South offense first here in this 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. This game's gone on for 47 years. There's been an awful lot of records that are kept for this game. And what a great honor for all these players to be in this game. As you see South getting toward the...
Here's something I haven't done. I'd like to do it if you don't mind, okay?
Sure.
I've done many games, right, with Western New York Athletics, but my mother and father and Mary Grace are all watching this game, and I really just want to throw a shout-out to them because they're going to get a chance to see their grandson here for the very last time play a game in high school.
Now that was awesome. That's tremendous. Congratulations to the Prince family. Giovanni Pagan from South Park, one of the deep men awaiting the kickoff. Cole Smith from Lockport will kick it off for the North in the blue jerseys. And the kick is end over end, taken at about the 10-yard line by Micah Harry, and he's brought down at about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the visiting South team. Now, Micah Harry had a great run at Lancaster. They lost in the Section 6 championship game to Bennett, although Harry did return the opening kickoff for a touchdown in that one. And then after that, it was pretty much all Bennett, but he provided a thrill for his team on that night. So it's 1st and 10 from the South.
Tell you, give credit right there on that tackle. That was a great tackle. That was by Amari Jones, right, the quarterback over at Albion, because he also can play defense out there too. So,
well, Orchard Park's Ben Gasella is the quarterback. Warburton and Kidd, two in the backfield with him. He'll hand it off to Warburton. Warburton will go to the outside and get 2 or 3 yards on the far side before he's brought down, and that will bring up 2nd down. These are 15-minute quarters, in case anyone was asking. So 2nd down for the South squad. And there's the handoff to Kidd, and he'll barrel forward. He'll be shoved back after a gain of about 4. It'll bring up our first 3rd down of the game.
I tell you, we said this is going to be, it doesn't matter what game that you and I do together. I'm always going to, and I actually gave them the first down. Just
they
so you know.
did?
But we'll always say, right, look at the trenches. What's happened in the trenches? Because you can't run the ball that we've already seen early on if the trenches aren't doing what they do. And it's got to be blocking, and that's how you've got to stop it on the flip side if you're on the defensive side.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the South. And there's a handoff and barreling forward, getting away from some tackling his kid. He's got about 8 yards. Will be 2nd down at about the 43 or 44-yard line.
Do you see that? The hole comes up the middle. Watch this, right? Watch where the hole is, because he's running in the middle of that hole right there. Right. So you see, right? Right up the gut is where he went. You see that? Was able to keep it alive after he went up the gut right there.
Good block from 76.
Well, that's what you're seeing. Is they're obviously, if they're going to run up the middle, but you're seeing Luke come off the center spot and be able to keep his guy out of the play to help open that hole. It's like you're moving your man is what you're doing, or helping with his momentum to stay on that outside.
2nd down. And there's the handoff. It's Kidd. And he's awfully close to the 1st down. I don't know if they'll give him that one. That was awfully close. And I think they're going to call it 3rd down, and they will. So he stopped just short of the 1st down. No gain on that play. Now it's 3rd and short for the South.
And you got to think this has got to be some sort of heavy package, right? Do you see a Warburton right here? Do
That's
you
what
see,
I was
you know
thinking.
What I mean? Do you see Justice Hill? Some of the bigger guys that we talked about, but you see Warburton in the backfield. You wonder if this is where you're going to talk about going something right up the middle with Warburton.
There's the handoff and coming to the near side, and Warburton gets the 1st down. He's out to about the 47-yard line, so it's another 1st down for the South. Good call, Tom.
Well,
That's
you
what I
have
was
to think.
thinking,
I mean,
too.
you really saw them. They're really just going by the run right now, and they're just doing everything they can by the run. And that's what you're going to look at, right? You're going to look at where are the holes being created by my offensive line right now.
2nd 1st down of the game for the South. Now Marquise Miller split to the near side, bottom of your screen. Shotgun snap. Casella hands that off to Warburton. He'll go to the far side, tries to turn the corner, can't do it. He's shoved out of bounds. Maybe a gain of a yard or 2 will bring up 2nd down. Casella headed to SUNY Brockport in the fall. Outstanding career at Orchard Park. In fact, you could say outstanding career for every one of these guys. It's why they're in the All-Star game, right?
But him 3 years as the quarterback in Orchard Park has put up a tremendous amount of yards. He really has.
2nd down for the South. They've kept the ball on the ground so far. Now Casella to pass. He throws, tipped, and caught. What a catch. Great catch by number 6, Pagan from South Park. That ball was tipped. I'm not sure who got a hand on that for the North, but it was tipped, and he still made the catch, and that's a 1st down for the South. That'll take it all the way down to the North 36-yard line after a 15-yard gain. So 1st and 10 from the 36. And there's the handoff and running straight up the middle and gaining 6 or 7 yards. Good gain there.
And that's Dalton Caldwell from Falconer. He's named one of the captains of this team. You realize, I mean, with 9, 10 practices that these guys had, he was driving from Falconer, right, to every single one of those practices to downtown Buffalo.
Good for him.
And that's another reason why he deserved that C right on his chest.
He's headed to Alfred in the fall. 2nd down. There's a handoff to Caldwell one more time. Tough going there up the middle. Maybe he got a yard before he got shoved back. That will bring up 3rd down.
But you can see the early on, the thought process right now of the South team is pretty much like just run, and we're going to run right up the gut is where we're running these, right? We're going to keep getting 5, 6 yards of play and just keep moving the sticks right here. Think about it, 15 minutes. We're hitting the 9-minute mark right now.
And it's been one pass, which was completed,
right? But
and everything else been on the ground.
6 minutes. They just keep moving that clock and trying to control the clock.
On a hot, humid night here in Western New York. Casella under center. He'll hand that one off to Warburton. He'll barrel through there, and he's got the first down. He's inside the 25-yard line. Cameron Warburton getting the first down. Warburton out of Cheektowaga, and so far hasn't decided where he will play football in the fall, where he will attend school in the fall.
Love to see him stay locally. You know, he's definitely going to have a lot of options. This is, you know, a big, strong running back. I mean, you're talking about a 5'10" running back, 220 pounds.
Casella goes under center. Brody Stevens split to the top of your screen, wearing number 27. And there's a handoff and barreling forward. Some tough going there. I believe that was Caldwell again. And it was. He's got a gain of 3, somewhere between 3 and 4 yards, I would think. It'll be second down. This is the unofficial kickoff to the 2023 high school football season. Lots of big things coming up on Western New York athletics this season, this fall, throughout the high school year. We hope you join us. Now second down for Ben Gasella. Kidd and Warburton in the backfield. There's a fake to Warburton. Back to pass. He throws. Incomplete. Incomplete inside the 5-yard line. So the clock will stop right there, and it'll bring up third down. This is one of the longest yardage amounts that they've had tried to get on third down right here.
I was literally going to say the same thing. You took the words right out of my mouth on that one.
By the way, I think it's great that your mom and dad and family gets to watch Luke play in this game. That's awesome. And hopefully when he's at Hilbert, if they can't get to the games, they'll be able to watch those on a live stream too. And it's third down right here from about the 20-yard line. Now Gasella in the shotgun. Warburton standing next to him. Gasella back to pass, throws to the far side. Oh, and dropped right through the hands.
Yeah,
Marquise Miller couldn't hang on to that one, and that'll bring up fourth down, and it'll stop the clock one more time.
He was so wide open that I think he wanted to just, what was I going to do after I caught the ball? And unfortunately, like he said, just dropped it because I think he took his eyes off the ball looking where he was going to go next.
I was about to say caught, and that's got a good chance of being a first down, and then suddenly it was dropped. All right, here's fourth down. Fourth down from the 21-yard line of the North on the South's opening drive of the ball game. Warburton in the backfield with Gasella. 2 split to the top of your screen. Man in motion. Here's Gasella. Back to pass. He'll put the ball down, try to run for it. He pitches it, and it's caught. And barreling down inside the 5-yard line, Quantier Nealard from Dunkirk with the catch. Nice play by Gasella for the first down. His first and goal. Here's a look at it again. Watch Gasella right here. Little Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence magic there. Great play and a nice play.
Actually, I think that was Brody Stevens.
Oh, you might be right. I couldn't tell. I saw the 7. Well, either way, it's first and goal now for the South. And we get a whistle. We get a timeout. And the North takes a timeout, and we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the 47th Annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game on Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Stu, Tom, this is an historic night for the Kensington Lions All-Star Game, and I am with the first ever double all-star, Decanna Jacoby from Lanes to Lease. She played in the girls' flag game before, and now she is cheering during the boys' game. Deanna, how does it feel to be a double all-star?
You know, it feels really great. You know, these are my two favorite sports, and it was really great to be able to showcase, you know, what I love to do one last time.
Would you prefer one over the other?
Oh, they ask me that all the time. I don't know. Probably football. Don't tell them.
Hey, we don't mind up here. We'll send it back up to you.
First and goal, Warburton runs. He's stopped just short of the goal line. Believe he's just short. So it'll be second and goal for the South, looking to open up the scoring here. Jordan Theodore and Christopher Williams in on that tackle. Second and goal.
Stu, this is where they've been, right? You're going to go up the gut. They did on that one. Did you see the opening in the middle of the came through right there? Let's see if they do the same thing. I think this is just straight up the gut.
And there's the handoff, and into the end zone for the touchdown is Cameron Warburton. And the South takes a 6-0 lead.
And not only that, took clock.
I can't think of a football coach in the world who wouldn't love that drive. Can you?
No, but that where you've got to give is a testament to this offensive line.
Yes, it is.
Right? I mean, because you've got to look at, there's no way you go 9 minutes and you only threw the ball three times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you threw them for big yardage to get down here.
Right. You just ran it right down. You said we're going to run it. Run it at you. Stop us if you can. They'll go for 2. Casella hands it off and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is Dalton Caldwell, and it's an 8-0 game in favor of the South. So the South with a long opening drive, and they take an 8-0 lead as they convert the short Warburton run for the touchdown, and Caldwell gets the 2-point conversion.
So, listen, before the game, we said it. We said here's the strength of one team, here's the strength of the other team, right?
Yes.
So now we need to see are we going to see that strength now come out of the North, which is the speed we're going to see, the speed of the quarterbacks, the speed of the wide receivers. The only question that we don't know yet is, will they get enough time? Will the line do what they did right here for the South? Can they do the same thing on the defensive line to be able to get the stops that they need to do? And that will be the big question and the thing that we're going to try to find out in this one.
And it'll be interesting, Tom, if let's just say the North has a very short drive and doesn't get points. At what point do the young men start to wear down? Because that was a long drive. I had to take a lot out of that North offense.
And obviously you're going to be subbing in some kids, right? So you're going to need to make some subs right here. There's no way that you're going to be able to do this, with the same team over and over, because it is a warm one. Now, the good news is it is warm. Sun went down. There is a breeze out there. It's not as bad as what we thought it was going to be coming into this game.
Jordan Theodore and Javon Jones are the deep men. That'll be caught by one of the up men at about the 28-yard line. And getting it out to the 40-yard line, almost out to the 45, is Tyler Ryan from Clarence, who's headed to Wilkes University. And it'll be 1st and 10 in favor, 1st and 10 for the Norse squad, trailing 8-0 here. Good return there. The kick taken by one of the up men. And the ball spotted at the 43-yard line of the North. So they get good field position to start this drive. Amari Jones starts at quarterback for the North squad. And Jones will hand it off, and coming to the near side and getting out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of the South is Jordan Theodore. And, wow, you certainly saw his speed on that play right there. Good first down run for Theodore. It'll bring up second down. We're going to go down on the field now, back to Francis Beck.
Stu, Tom, I am with the man who scored tonight's first touchdown, Cameron Warburton of Cheektowaga. Cam, that was a drive that running back stream of 10 minutes off the clock. You finished it off with a 1-yard score. What was it like?
Man, our O-line, Lou Prince over there, Tom Prince, he's doing it all. Real. Our whole O-line is really blocking real well, and I just seen a whole bunch of open holes. Just, you got to hit it.
You're named an All-Star. How does that feel to be playing on this team against among the best in here in Western New York?
It's a great feeling. Most of my family played in this game, and it's just a great feeling, really, to just be out here with all the coaches, my old coaches, and some of my old teammates I played with against with Little League. So it's just been a great feeling, really.
Well, Cam, congrats on being an All-Star and congrats on scoring that touchdown. Here's more coming up later in the game. Stu, Tom, I'll send it back upstairs to you.
So North gets a first down, little bit of trickery there, and it's now at 1st and 10 at the South 46-yard line. Jones out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Jordan Theodore, and there's not a lot of room to run there. Somebody's helmet came off.
Jamari Coleman's.
It was Coleman's. Okay, yeah, good eye. And no gain, maybe a gain of a yard there, so it'll bring up 2nd down.
But you know what? Listen, interview, and I'm not even saying this, but you got to love when your running back gives credit to his line.
Yes.
No, really, because
yes.
How many times do we say that? It's the line that's doing those openings, and then it's you to find it and do what you got to do after that opening's created.
Exactly
good,
right.
Good. That's a kudos, and that just shows how great of a young man he really is.
Jones rolls to the far side, looks to pass. He's being chased. He cuts back to the near side, finds Theodore, catches it at the 45, at the 40, and finally tripped up and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Nice run by Theodore. Great play by Jones to get away from a couple of times, and he was able to spin away. And here's the replay. See, he gets away from one man there, and he outruns another, finds Theodore, gets a good block right there. And apparently there was a flag on the play, a clip. And so that nice play never happened, unfortunately. And I guess part of that is such little practice time, although that was kind of a broken play.
That was but this is what we talked about, the speed of the quarterbacks on the other side, right, on the North team, because they really have the speed, and when a broken play happens, they can make something happen right there. I'll tell you this, I cannot wait for this rule to change. I talk about it. I've said it forever. It's coming because I hate that
it's too punitive, is what you're saying.
It's exactly it. Like, look, this isn't a 10-yard penalty. It's what, a
25, 30?
Well, look at where the original thing is. So it's, what is it, a 13-yard penalty is, I think, what it is. And that, to me, just shows, like, it's just too much of a penalty for a hold. It should be 10 yards.
Jones back to pass, throws to the near side and knocked away, intended for Anthony Bowman, and it's incomplete. Nice play there by Aiden Pitts from Medina, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, hopefully they do change that rule. You have been talking about that since you and I started doing it.
No, we're going to see it this year.
Oh, they did change it.
Oh, yeah, they've changed it. It's just going to happen this year. I mean, because I assume they're still playing under the same rules that they played under during the season.
That's long overdue. You've been talking about that as long as you and I have been doing games. So now 3rd down, they've got to get out to the South 46-yard line to get a 1st down. Now Jones back to pass. He's got time. He throws deep and intercepted, picked off. Nice play there. And that was Jordan. No, couldn't have been. That was
Marquise Miller.
Marquise Miller picks it off, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Miller, he goes, I may have dropped one over here, but I make it up for it right now. And he comes up with an incredible catch in this one. It's just seeing it live again.
And there's the replay right there. Nice catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 South. Let's see if North is going to have to figure out how to stop that South running game. And that's going to be a challenge for them.
And I think you're going to see new running. Like you see, I just saw Micah Harry come into the game, right? So you're going to see, like I said, they have to find enough time here for Micah Harry, Justice Hill, Dalton Caldwell, right? Cam Warburton, Ricardo Kidd. Like, that's 5 all Western New York type running backs right there.
So Gasella remains at quarterback.
And this is how you're going to find some of the time. Micah Harry's at wide receiver.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like Harry split wide with Kidd and Warburton. The ball goes to the second man through there. And breaking forward and getting about 4 or 5 yards is Kidd. It'll bring up 2nd down. So the South leads this one 8-0. They scored on a long drive on their first drive. And North, their first drive had a turnover. A penalty wiped out a big play for a first down. Now it's second down for the South. And once again, now Harry's going to go to the other side. And coming to the near side is Giovanni Pagan. And once again, he will hand it off. This is Kidd, and he's got the first down. What a hit. He took a pop. His helmet came off. Big hit there, but he seems to be fine. Big hit.
That's a third helmet we've seen come off right here.
Yeah,
They're going to show it again right here.
Let's see if we can see who put the lick on him.
But look at that hole. See how big that hole was that was created right there?
It was a huge
That
hole.
was a huge hole created that he was able to run through.
So it's a first down. Big hit there. And it's a first down at the 37-yard line for the South squad.
See, they don't have as much time as they did in that first, so they need to hustle up. No, I'm teasing, right? I mean, just look at, we're already seeing it get down to the 2-minute mark.
There's a handoff and a short gain and shoved back is Emmett Reeder from Hamburg. So this will bring up second down.
Sixth running back we're out there talking about, right?
Yeah, they got a whole stable full.
I mean, that just shows what this team's got when you're talking about from the running back standpoint.
Is the South theme song Who Let the Dogs Out? Because they got a lot of dogs at running back.
So it's just been, you can see, is no doubt.
Second down now. And Casella goes back to pass. He throws down the near sideline. Incomplete. A little bit of overthrown, and we got a flag there.
You saw Jones was looking for it. He said, I got held on that one, and he did get held. If you actually got a chance to see it, the jersey was pulled, and that's the reason why that flag was thrown on that one.
So the penalty on Giovanni Pagan from South Park. That'll be the second penalty of the game, first on South. And we'll see they'll back the ball up. Any other rule changes coming up this year, Tom?
That's the big one that I knew about. But, there's always rule changes from season. That, to me, is the big one that actually affects a game is what happens out there.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did you and I do a game and we saw a team completely taken out of a game because they got backed up by, let's just say, back-to-back holding penalties. Instead of 30 yards, were 55 yards.
Yeah. Or even, like I said, it was a 1st and 10, and you all of a sudden at a hold, and it's 1st and 22 or 1st and 26. Like, we saw these crazy things happen, and it was too hard for some teams to come back and overcome.
When we've got one of the coaches asking one of the officials some kind of question here before this play comes off. It's second down. I think he's questioning where the ball's being spotted, perhaps.
Well, they haven't walked off a penalty yet.
Yeah, that's what the... So the ball backs up 15 yards. It'll be second down. And they'll have to get out to the 47-yard line for a first down. So now it's second down. The ball's spotted at the 25-yard line of the South. Minute 21 to go here in the first quarter. South up 8-0. Casella out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Throws to the far side. Incomplete. No flags, but the clock will stop. It's intended for his Orchard Park teammate, Brody Stevens, and now it brings up third and long. And this is the exact kind of situation the North would like to keep the South in because it'll take them a little bit out of their running game, which at least from what we saw on the first drive can be devastating. They can take over a game and control the game.
Which they got away from a little bit if you saw it. Now, granted, listen, I understand it was a pad. You can't do anything about but it would have been 2nd and 8. You know, who knows what would have happened. You could have kept running the ball. I understand it's the penalty that caused it. But you can just see what one penalty can take you and make you have to change your game.
Now Harry comes out the bottom of your screen. And here's Casella. There's a flag, so whatever this is might become, nope, it's a sack by the north side. And I think that's Shamonte Griffin in on the sack from McKinley.
It's a false start.
It's a false start. So, that's a second penalty of the drive. And that penalty will be declined. He'll take the sack, and that will bring up 4th down. Jordan Theodore and Javon Jones back deep to return the punt. 3rd and 29. Theodore at about the south 45 and Jones at about the north 43 awaiting this kick.
Big stop there, though, right? This is really what the North needed. They had a big stop and try to get some momentum right here going into the second quarter.
Low snap. Nice play by Stevens to get the punt away. Caught by Jones. He's at the 45, at the 40. Cuts it back. Goes back beyond the 40. Cuts around the other side of the field at the 35, at the 30. And finally knocked down at about the 24-yard line of the South. A great return. Lots of back and forth and no usual when you're changing direction. Oh, and unfortunately, we've got a player down on the field at about the 34-yard line. That is number 2 of the North squad. That's Azari Adunya, and hopefully he's all right. And we're going to go back down on the field for this Logistics Plus interview.
Stu, Tom, I am with a man who needs no introduction. It's, of course, Frank Wolf. Frank, we have a lot coming up this season here for West New York Athletics. Tell us about it.
Well, number one, we lost 2 giants in the high school football community this past year with Carl Kiris from the Trench Trophy and Roger Weiss, our good buddy from Inside High School Sports. So this game does not feel the same without those 2 guys here. It's going to be a long 2023 season without those 2 guys around us, so we're thinking about them. But this is our 9th year, Francis. You've been here since the beginning. It'll be our 9th year this fall season with football. We got a lot going on. If you go to the website today, WNYathletics.com, you'll see a revamped website thanks to Dana Gunther and Timmy Gardner and yourself. You see that Jerry Sullivan's joined the staff. He's writing for us now. There's a lot going on here. We've grown year in, year out. You got Mario Hall on the sideline pretty much every other game we do. And Stu Boyer joined our staff recently. You've been hearing his voice. We just keep getting bigger and bigger every year. Thanks for your efforts, and Tom Prince and Heidi Gunther back in studio. You know, this really is more than what I dreamed of, and with all your help, we're growing it. You know, this is going to be this is the next big thing, if you really ask me, especially with the live streaming. But we need the business support too from the local business community. If you're out there, take a look at our sponsor packages. Where else are you going to go where you're going to get 1 million views in the first 2 sports seasons of the high school season? We're recognizing more high school students than anyone else. Thousands of high school students are recognized on our platform year in, year out. And we're, through the branding and all the graphics we have, thanks to Timmy Gardner, where else could you go? You get this kind of coverage. We need help from the business community to continue what we're doing. But let's look forward to a new season, welcome these athletes back, and I'm glad to be a part of this Kensington Lions Club for the 47th year. We're doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job out there today. Great job, you guys.
All right, Stu, Tom, we should also mention Frank and Logistics Plus Buffalo are also sponsors of the 47th annual Kensington Lions game as well. So thank you, Frank, for taking care of us in this game and making this happen. We'll send it back up to you.
1st and 10 for the North. And Jones hands it off. He keeps it himself, comes to the near side, takes a big lick, and is brought down at about the 23-yard line. Boy, he got hit really hard by Damari Johnson out of South Park. Johnson headed to ECC. Big stick. We've seen a number of big hits already in this game, and that was another one. We're in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter here, and let's see if we get this play off.
Well, I was starting to think the same thing. Are they going to just let this play out? But no, you're going to see they're going to have enough time to be able to run this one. This should be what my guess would be the last play of the first quarter right here.
2nd down. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Amari Jones awaits the shotgun snap. And that time we'll hand it off to Jordan Theodore, and he's got some running room. He's inside the 20, and he stopped before he got to the, well, he kept on going and got down much closer to the 15-yard line. And
that's the first time, Stu, we've seen them run up the gut like that, too, right? That was the first big hole we've seen opened up by that offensive line. Great job right there by those guys to be able to give Jordan Theodore an opportunity to run.
And that is the end of the first quarter. After one quarter in the 47th annual Kensington Lions game, the South 8, the North nothing. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Paul Gugino, president of the Kensington Lions. And Paul, first of all, thank you for putting on this game. It's a fantastic event every summer in Western New York. How do you guys pull it off?
Well, you know, it's been going for 47 years now with the Kensington Lions. We really have it down to a science now. Little tribulation this year adding the girls' game in, but it was fabulous. We just really have it. Our game chairman, Len Thornton, and all the rest of the Lions really come through, and we really just make this an outstanding night for these players for the last high school experience.
Paul, there's a lot that goes on. What do you think is your favorite part of what happens tonight and really the past 2 weeks?
Well, you know, I had the opportunity to play in the game back in '85, and I still talk to 4 guys that I met from this team. And so that's really what I'm hoping. Number one, that each one of these players takes this in and it really takes advantage of the opportunity, especially the ones going to play at college. And then secondarily, the friendships that they make against guys that they played against for their whole careers. It's really fabulous.
Well, Paul, thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for everything you do to make this game happen.
And thank you guys for being here.
All right, Stu, Tom, we'll send it back up to you for this big play.
4th and short for the North. Jones waits that shotgun snap. And we get a whistle. And his delay of game, a false start apparently. That'll go against the North. No, it is delay of game. And that's against the North, so that'll back him up 5 yards. It'll still be 4th down.
Usually when you see the pointing right away, it meant someone moved on that line right there. And it,
They tricked us.
He did.
So it's 4th and 6. The ball's spotted at the 21-yard line. Peoples at the bottom of the screen, split out wide, along with Anthony Coleman. Here's Jones, back to pass. He's got time. He throws, knocked incomplete off the hands. Who got hit as soon as the ball got there was Anthony Bowman, and it's incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs.
Are you shocked they didn't try to run the ball? I mean, it was, I don't know, that was, are you worried about the line? Is that why? I understand you're going to go to your strengths. We talked about Coach A's going to go to his strength, and it's more on the outside and to be able to, but even the way we saw Theodore get to the outside right there, I'm a little shocked we didn't see a run play right there.
I'm not going to argue with you. I was thinking more along the, run-pass option for Jones.
Yeah, well, that's but still, something when
more
he's
of a
using
run.
his
Yes.
leg, right?
Yes, exactly. Casella at quarterback, and he will hand it off. And getting through there, well, he's running hard, is Warburton on 1st down. So the South going back to more of what I'd call their bread and butter. A good first down gain, about 5 yards. So it's second down.
I mean, think about it. You used 9.5 minutes in that first one and still got the ball back, right? And if it wasn't for a passing interference, who knows how much more you would have owned the clock right there.
Second down and 5 for the South squad. Nani Rivera split wide to the top of your screen. At the bottom of your screen, it's Giovanni Pagan and Micah Harry. Kidd and Warburton still the running backs, and this is Kidd who got the ball. Somebody grabbed his jersey and slowed him up. So he got maybe 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down. Rayshawn Riley gets credit for that tackle. Riley out of McKinley. A 3-yard gain. Third down for the South here. Third down and 2 from the 29-yard line. Harry goes out. We haven't seen Harry touch the ball too much here, at least not yet.
Well, we haven't seen Justice Hill either.
Yeah.
There's another one, right? So you got to expect they're looking to get more guys in from half to half, different things. I think you're going to see a lot of different movement probably as we go on in this game.
Warburton and Hill now the running backs. It looks like Kidd is still in there as well. Gasella goes under center, hands it off to Warburton, and he can't turn the corner, and he's brought down short of the first down. Good defensive play by the North. I think that was Amari Jones in on the tackle, and that'll bring up a fourth down. No gain on the play, so the South will most likely punt it away here. 4th and 2 from the 29.
But give credit, another big defensive stop here by the North, right? And that was on a run, and you absolutely covered that one well. So I give it right now, you're seeing the North make some changes defensively.
Jones and Theodore, the deep men. And this is Jones at the 45, and he's out to about the 49-yard line before being spun down and tossed to the turf by Shamonte Griffin.
Just want to make sure that was Javon Jones, not his brother Amari Jones. So we just want to make sure we separate them because we got 2 Joneses in this one, right?
Okay. Right, Javon Jones. Yes.
That's his brother.
Yeah, okay. Well, Albion must have been a fun team to watch.
They were. Oh, and both of them could go back and get punt returns like that. Oh, they were dangerous on every aspect of the game.
So now it's 1st and 10 for the North squad from midfield, from the 50-yard line.
It looks like that's Aiden Pitts.
I was going to say, that's a different quarterback, and he will hand it off to Theodore, and he's got some room to run at the 40 and shoved out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Dalton Cole in on the tackle along with Emmett Reeder, and that's a first down. Good run there by Theodore.
That's a little bit of that play that I was talking about. I said, why didn't they run?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's exactly what I was talking about right there.
So Aiden Pitts in at quarterback for the North squad. Theodore in the backfield with him. And he will hand it off to Theodore. Tries to go around the far side. He's got some running room. He's got a first down. And there's a flag on the play. He got a first down. Let's see what that flag is.
I'd be shocked it wasn't a hole that far out, right?
Yes.
Especially that's just as he was trying to make the turn right there.
And the North squad is beginning to back up. Yep, holding. Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty, and that'll push them back. And it'll still be first down, but the North will lose a good gain because of the penalty.
But But again, now you're talking about, right, you got to go to the air here a little bit is what happens. But they tell you that their success right now really has been with Theodore running the ball, especially out to the edges.
What'd you say before the game? Speed versus size? Pretty sure you said that.
Yeah.
Still first down. And here's Skinner back to pass. He's not going to get that one off. He's tossed back to about the 40-yard line. Brought down by Jamel Tawaga. And let's take a look at the replay. Someone else got a piece of him too. And that's Aiden Matthias.
If you remember when I brought up Aiden's name before the game, I said this may be one of the underrated players here in Western New York that people did not know about and how good he really is. And you can see that, see his speed, see his strength as he gets a big sack on this one.
Well, they're at the 45-yard line of the north, and they've got to get all the way to the south 28-yard line for a first down, so they got some distance to travel. Skinner, near side, throws a short pass, which is caught for a short gain. Short gain there.
Justice Hill right there in a tackle.
So a short gain, it'll bring up a third down there.
And you saw he read that well. Like he was right there to get that hit. And, Justice, again, has been – you realize 2 years ago, this young man who's a running back now was an offensive lineman 2 years ago on the Maryvale team?
Wow. Outstanding athlete. Bowman at the top of your screen. Daniel Peoples at the bottom of the screen. Skinner takes the snap. He throws over the middle. Caught. Short of the first down, but a really nice catch. And he took a big hit too. Shamonte Griffin with the catch. And he took a big hit, and he's about 7 yards short of the first down. It'll be fourth down for the North squad here.
And I'm going to tell you, I bet they go for it right here. I mean, you're in that zone. Why, unless you think you're going to pin him and want to pin him down, on the 1 or 2, I think you're going for this.
I'm going to say they're definitely going for it. Aiden Pitts in at quarterback here. Bowman at the top of your screen. Peoples at the bottom. Theodore in the backfield. Pitts back to pass. He's throws. He's got a man wide open on the far side, and he's got the first down. It's Shamonte Griffin again, and he's down at about the 20-yard line for the North.
And here's the replay. But we're almost seeing right now the North do the same thing the South did earlier right now.
Right.
Methodically go down the field. Doing it by the pass, though, this time instead of the run.
A 13-yard gain on the play, and we get a timeout on the field. And we're going to take a quick timeout. 7:48 to go in the second quarter. The South 8, the North nothing. You're watching the 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game on Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Welcome back to Coyer Field on the campus of Buffalo State University. The North just converted a big fourth down as they try to even up the score here, trailing the South 8-0. The South scored in their first possession of the game, drove it right down the field, used up almost half the first quarter, and now the North trying to answer here. Aiden Pitts at quarterback. Pitts out of Medina is headed right here to Buffalo State, and Jordan Theodore is in the backfield with him. Anthony Bowman and Daniel Peoples, the wide receivers, split out at the top of your screen. And there's the handoff to Theodore, and that time he couldn't get around the corner. I think the South sniffed that one out a little bit better than they had on couple of previous plays. Jamal Bishop in on the tackle. And it'll bring up second down. A 2-yard loss on the play to make it second down and 12. And once again, the 2 wide receivers go toward the top of the screen. That's Peoples, number 13, out of Will South. Bowman, number 0, out of Lockport. Alex Gallo, 34, running back out of Tonawanda. And here's Pitts being chased. He gets away from the rush, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And I believe he was shoved out of bounds by Damari Johnson of South Park. So he took it all the way down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 6, which will make it third down and 6 for the North squad. And once again, they're in that. If they get a fourth down, I'm going to guess they're going to go for it again.
Well, you did
Crazy.
it there, right?
Right.
You're obviously going to do it again.
Yep.
So obviously you're going to get 2 shots at this first down.
Now the wide receivers are at the bottom of your screen. Pitts takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He's got some room to run. He's inside the 10 and shoved out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Knocked out of bounds with a big stick by Marquise Miller. But he got the first goal from the 5. And there's the replay right there. Another big hit at the end of the play. Boom, right there. Lowered his shoulder right into him and knocked him out of bounds. So first and goal from the 7-yard line for the North. Trying to get on the scoreboard here. Now Bowman at the top of the screen. Peoples at the bottom of the screen. Theodore in the backfield with Pitts. He'll hand it off to Theodore, and Theodore stays on his feet and is stopped just short of the goal line. Nice run by Theodore, spinning, twisting, and turning, but brought down just short of the goal line, and that'll bring up second and goal. Dalton Caldwell in on the tackle, along with Jeffrey LaBelle. Lavelle, I believe, out of Hamburg. So it's second down and goal for the North squad. Will they give it to Theodore one more time to see if he can get it across that goal line? He moves to the opposite side of Pitts right there. And Pitts will roll to his right. Can he beat him around the corner? And he got stopped. What a great defensive play. It looked like he was going to beat him to the end zone, but they closed fast on that South team and were able to stop him.
Coleman got through. You saw that. It was Jamari Coleman who actually broke through the line right there.
And then it was Nani Rivera apparently on the tackle. Third down and goal. Well, third and goal. The ball just short. It's inside the 1-yard line. Pitts takes the snap, hands it off to Theodore. Touchdown, Jordan Theodore, to make it an 8-6 game as North completes the drive with a short Jordan Theodore run for the touchdown. 8-6. So a good mix of the run and the pass on that play, and a key 4th down conversion in the North is in the end zone. Just under 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Got ourselves a great game. I mean, it's what we wanted, right? We said 2 different teams going to probably play 2 different ways at you. And you've seen more passing by the North, more running by the South. It's, kind of been a little bit about exactly what we expected. Now, who's going to stop the other team's strength going into that second half?
And that is the $64,000 question. Pitts out of the shotgun as they go for 2 here. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Theodore, coming to the near side, and he's into the end zone to tie the game at 8. The 2-point conversion is good. as the North features Jordan Theodore, and he delivers right there. We're all tied at 8. Here's the replay. Yeah, that was the touchdown.
Yep.
Either way, we're all tied at 8.
Right behind the line, right up the gut. Great job right there. Give this North, offensive line credit. They've really been starting to come through in this game.
I mean, since that first drive, which was pretty much all South, the North has kind of had a little bit better of play, I would say.
You could say made the right adjustments, right? Really doing the right things right now on the field. So we've got ourselves a great game. Still 4:29 left inside this half. So we're going to see what happens.
So Micah Harry and Giovanni Pagan are back deep for the South team, as
I remember watching Micah Harry take one back against Archer Park to put the game away for Lancaster in that game. He can easily run one back any time of that he is capable of doing.
He is an exciting player, no doubt about that. Cole Smith from Lockport to kick it off. Tied at 8, late in the first half. High end over end kick taken by Pagan at the 10, 15, 20, 25, still on his feet, and brought down just shy of the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the South squad. And we'll see if the South can get back to what they did on that first drive, where they just kind of imposed their will on the North team on the first drive.
Sun's starting to set, obviously getting even cooler out there because we did, listen, it was an 89-degree day for those of you who weren't here. And they were actually saying, it felt like more like 94, 95 degrees.
Casella still in at quarterback. Harry and Pagan, the wide receivers on the near side of the screen. Warburton in the backfield with Casella. Casella throws, caught on the far side. Nice catch and shoved out of bounds in front of the South bench, but they're going to keep him in bounds. Caught by Marquise Miller. Gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And if you think about it, since that drop Miller had, right, he's really been fantastic since that drop.
Yeah, he had the interception.
Yeah.
Had that reception. He had another play. I forgot.
He had another reception, too, that was big. So
7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3, and we're going to go down on the field for our Logistics Plus interview.
2, 1, go.
Guys, I am with a former defensive MVP of this game, Shaquille Dudley, assistant coach for the South team. Coach, 2009, your MVP. Take me back to that game.
2009, Sweet Home had their back-to-back championship run. Cardinal O'Hara, we were coming off 4 straight championships. So at this time, North Tonawanda was in state championships, and we all were going into the North-South game. And we have all these winning teams, and all I can remember is, Casey Kaz at quarterback, Alex Newts at wide receiver, Deshaun Clark at receiver. And this year, there's nothing but first-team All-Western New York players, second-team All-Western New York players. The competition level was high. Competition level was so high every day in practice, and I will never forget it because it was the best versus the best. So when we got to the game, it was like, okay, this is a game, but practice was really where it was at for us.
And so with your experience in this game, what was kind of your message to your players these past 2 weeks about this experience, about what you wanted them to get out of it?
Just soak it all in. I mean, this is, for a lot of them, possibly the last time they ever play football, the last time to play high school football. This is the greatest time of your life with the greatest people in your life. Just, don't take this for granted. Soak it all in. Play as hard as you can. Make your parents proud. Make your community proud that you represent. And, just welcome to the badge of, being an all-star.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. Stu, Tom, I'll send it back up to you.
So the South will punt the ball away here.
Hey, this may be the most dangerous part of the North game. As you've seen, they've had fantastic returns, giving them incredible special, getting them great field position to be able to start things off. They've done it every time the ball's been kicked to them.
See if they can do it again. It's Javon Jones back deep, and they won't get the chance that time as the ball is kicked well out of bounds. And it'll be, let's see where they're going to say it went out of bounds at the North 45-yard line. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the North at their own 45-yard line. So the North, after that first drive, has had much the better of play just about every phase of this game since then.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So it's 1st and 10 for the North. Aiden Pitts comes back in at quarterback. Once again, Peoples and Bowman come toward the bottom of your screen. Shotgun snap for Pitts. And he will hand it off, and not too much room there for Noah Skinner. I think he lost a yard or two, being up 2nd down.
Tell you, Jamari Coleman looked good again on that one. As you saw him get through, he was one of the first guys on the play, but be able to get there, and then you saw the rest of that line pretty much jump in right afterwards.
Skinner is coming to school at Buff State. He's 5'8", 217 pounds. Tough man to bring down. That's kind of like a...
You know he played the entire season on a broken foot?
No, wow. I did not.
Just shows what an incredible young man and what he was going to do everything possible for his team.
2nd and 12 here for the North. And once again, it's Skinner, and he's brought down in the backfield. Knifing through there is Justice Hill to stop him for a loss. Nice play by Hill.
Also, Damari Johnson was in there, too. You could see both get back there very quickly.
And it'll bring up 3rd and long. And we get a timeout taken by the South, and we'll take a timeout. Well, 1:11 to go in the first half. We're tied at 8 in the 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Classic. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Third and 14 for the North squad here. Back at their own 41-yard line. Chance for the South to hold them off the scoreboard. And Pitts rolling to the near side. He throws. It's caught by Bowman. Keeps both feet in bounds and gets out of bounds. He's well short of the first down. Stopped at about the 49-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th down for the North. With 1:05 remaining in the first half of a game that's all tied up at 8.
And this is that thing that could go either way, right? I think they're going to go for this.
Yeah, it looks like it, sure. There's Pitts is out there.
So a big stop opportunity for South as, you still got a minute left. If you can still do something from midfield for that, you're going to jump at that opportunity. And the same thing for South. They can get an opportunity to at least make sure South doesn't get the ball back inside this half.
Oh, we got a penalty. South jumped off sides. And I believe Anthony Cronbeck Jr. out of JFK is the man that they will point the finger at.
So
and
no
then
play.
Gave him a first down.
Exactly.
I thought it was 4th and 7.
No, it was 4th. It was
5,
50. Yeah, it was right at the 50-yard line, and 45 was
well,
first down.
There's a huge break for the North squad. Unfortunate mistake for the South. Shamonte Griffin comes into the game. Doug Washington comes out. Once again, Bowman toward the top of the screen. Daniel Peoples out of Will South. the bottom of your screen. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for the North. Pitts takes that shotgun snap, fakes the handoff to Theodore. He throws deep downfield over, and it's caught. And Shamonte Griffin is into the end zone for the touchdown. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Aiden Pitts to Shamonte Griffin, and the North takes its first lead of the night. And here's the replay. Fake the handoff to Theodore, put the ball right where it needs to be, and Griffin does the rest. He breaks a tackle there and is into the end zone, and the North takes the lead.
I got to be honest with you, give Aiden Pitts tons of credit. Coleman was coming up in his face and got to him, and he had to get that ball off, and he threw a perfect ball right there to Griffin. Great job as you saw those two connect right there.
And they will, looks like they're lined up to kick the extra point. Cole Smith from Lockport is the kicker. Snap, put down, kick, it's up. And it's good. And with 57 seconds to play in the first, North 15 and the South 8. And we're going to go back down on the field for another interview brought to you by Logistics Plus.
All right, I am with the man of the hour right now on the North End, Shamonte Griffin. You just caught that 45-yard touchdown pass. Now, when I was at practice Tuesday, you were connecting on a lot of those long passes. Walk me through that touchdown play.
We planned for it, and I practiced for it, and it happened. That's what we planned for, and we made it happen.
Obviously, McKinley is a program that really is on the rise. What has this past few years been like with the Max? What kind of program is Coach Brian Davis building?
I started in my junior and sophomore year. I wish I started my freshman because, boy, he made me love this sport better than basketball.
All right, Shamonte, well, congrats to you on that win, and good luck in the second half, although I know there's a minute left to play. Stu, Tom, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you.
So the North takes the lead. Great play by Shamonte Griffin on the reception from Aiden Pitts. And now the North will kick it off. Cole Smith from Lockport, Micah Harry, and Giovanni Pagan are the deep men for the South.
Boy, I'll tell you, since that first drive, a completely different game right now, owned by the North.
Kick will bounce, taken by Pagan. Pagan at the 25. And he'll just barely get to the 30 before he's slammed to the turf, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the South. And the South looking to regain some of that offensive momentum that they demonstrated on the first drive of the game.
But you're not going to have the opportunity to run the ball like that right now. You're going to need to go to the air.
And that's what the North coaches, I think, are telling their team. Be prepared. They're going to put the ball in the air. Looks like Ben Gasella will go all the way for the South side.
And I'll tell you, you also got to give the special teams right now is being won by the North, right? The field position they're getting on every single one of these kickoffs is a minimum the 40-yard line. And that's the biggest difference, the starting point versus the North versus for the South.
So Gasella in the backfield by himself. Harry goes in motion. Gasella to throw, but he's brought down at about the 28-yard line on the sack. Doug Washington with the sack for the North squad, and it'll be 2nd down and long for the South. A 6-yard loss, 2nd down and 16. Final 25 seconds here of the first half. Empty backfield again for the South. Harry goes in motion, and Ricardo Kidd looked like he wanted to call timeout, some confusion, and the pass intended for Harry is incomplete, and there's a flag and a false start on the play. It did look like Kidd had turned toward the quarterback and looked like he wanted to take a timeout, so maybe there was a communication mishap on the play. Well, either way, there's a penalty on the South, which if they could have taken and bottled that first drive and reproduced it, they would gladly do that. They've kind of lost their way, which is a credit to the North here.
do, it'll be very interesting to hear what both these coaches have to say, right? Because we usually do the halftime thing where we talk to the coaches. It'll be very interesting to see what each coach says about what's going to happen in the second half.
And that'll bring the first half to the close with the North leading the South 15-8. And we will shortly be going down to Francis Beck for another one of the interviews brought to you by Logistics Plus. Quite an interesting half. South scored first on their first drive, using up a good chunk of the first quarter, more than half of it. They took an 8-0 lead, and then the North has scored 15 straight unanswered points as they head into halftime. So on a hot, humid night here at Buff State, and we're going to go down on the field to our Francis Beck with one of the key players in the game.
I'm with Jordan Theodore. He scored the only points right now for North. You know what? You guys are tied right now at 8. What's going to be the mentality going in the locker room?
We got to keep doing what we're doing coming out. They came out pretty hard in the beginning, but we stayed composed, we stayed together, and we came back. Now we can score. We know we up by a touchdown right now. Shamonte got that nice catch. So, we got to go on with the same momentum that we started with.
What was going right for you on that touchdown drive?
I just had to stay composed, tell my line, we got to keep pushing. We were slowly getting down the yardage, and then we got close to the end zone. I told them we got to finish, and then my line finished for me, opened up a great hole, and I was able to get through it for the touchdown.
You're going to St. Francis University. Tell me why St. Francis.
St. Francis, they're a great program. Head coach just came off Coach of the Year for the conference. They just won our conference, went undefeated last year, 7-0, beat our conference. They're a great program. They're on the rise. I'm grateful to even be a part of it next year, and I'm looking forward to going this fall.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Let you take a break there. Jordan Theodore, Sweet Home All-Stars, tied at 8. We'll send it back up to you.
So that'll do it for the first half from here at Coyer Field on the campus of Buffalo State University. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back with some halftime entertainment. At halftime of the 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game, it is the North 15, the South 8. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Hi, my name is Lisa Roosevelt, owner of the Rose Bar and Grill, located at 199 Scott Street, downtown Buffalo, in the heart of the city. It's a great place, friendly atmosphere, have great drinks, have great food, and we have awesome customers. If you come to the Rose, I guarantee you're coming back.
You're watching another live stream production by 300 Level Media, LLC. 300 Level Media can highlight your business by incorporating commercials, live reads and corporate logos throughout our WNY Athletics events. WNY Athletics is the premier high school sports streaming service in New York State, covering regular season contests through the state championships and everything in between, with over 1 million views annually. If you are interested in advertising on any of our platforms, please send a message to fwolf@wnyathletics.com or call 716-427-2600. Thank you for watching.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, the Utes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the South Cheerleaders. The 2023 Erie County Fair All-Star Band, presented by Pepsi, is under the direction of Kellyanne Griffith.
with assistance from Cam Griffith, Carolyn Krasinski, and James Hanna. The group is comprised of over 70 students from across Erie County and performs daily at the Erie County Fair, running August 9th through August 20th.
What are you doing? Mowing the lawn. On the riding lawn? You're done? So nice here. I want to stay out here.
Tom, in the first half, I spoke with South assistant coach Shaquille Dudley. He played in the 2009 game. Now I'm talking with the assistant coach from the North, Aaron Waller. He played at Cleve Hill in this game. 19. I actually feel old moment for me. I actually interviewed him post game of that game. So Aaron, how does it feel now to be here as a coach?
Honestly, I was talking about it with a few of my friends earlier this week. It's pretty surreal to think I was playing in this game only 4 years ago, and now I'm actually coaching it. I was on the south side when I was playing, so it's a little weird coaching for the north team, but no matter what, we got to get the job done. It's football, but nonetheless.
With your experience in this game and with the 2 weeks, what was kind of the message to your players?
Just making sure that they enjoy the most out of this week. For some of them, it's their last high school game, I guess you could say. Last time they'll be around a group of guys that they can play ball with. Some of them, they're moving on. So for the ones who are moving on, treat it as just a training session, getting ready, getting in shape, getting ready for camp coming up. And for the guys who aren't moving on, just enjoy it. It's the last playing football with your friends. It's one of the greatest experiences that you'll ever have in your life, especially this all-star meeting a bunch of new people, the other best players from Western New York. Nothing will ever change the experience. You're going to meet some people that you're never going to forget and you'll remember for the rest of your life. So I just tell them all, no, have fun, enjoy this, because you'll never get a moment like this ever again, for sure.
And finally, what is it going to take for the North to come away with a victory tonight?
Keep doing what we're doing and get the ball to number 15, Shamonte. He is killing it right now.
All right, thank you, Coach. All right, Stu, Tom, we'll send it back upstairs to you.
Welcome back to Coyer Field on the campus of Buffalo State University. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince. It's the North 15 and the South 8. And Tom, the way that game started, I don't think anyone would have expected it to be a 15-8 score in favor of the North after that South opening drive where they just marched down the field. They looked unstoppable. But the North found a way to adjust and come back, and now they've scored 15 unanswered points.
So honestly, what I would say is kudos to Coach Corona, because what he did was say in the very beginning, before this game even started, I know what the strength of their team is. I know what the strength of my team is. I've got to play to my strengths. And he's done that. He's used his quarterbacks on the run. He's done a great job of getting to the outside, using his speed. His wide receivers have been unbelievable for him. They've made some big catches right here. And that's the reason for the difference in the game. Right now, if you're the South, you need to have a talk. You need to make sure you get things back rolling. But you've got to make a stop on defense and not allow some of these long passes to happen that are happening, especially what we saw, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, 4th and long, and they're converting those. Those are things that you have to make stops on. And right now, if you're Ty Parker, you're talking about making stops. You're Coach Corona. I've already figured out, right? I'm playing to my strength. You got to stop me now because I'm going to keep doing what I do.
Well, the South has had some problems with the mobility of the North quarterbacks, the ability to keep plays alive and find an open receiver to convert those first downs. At halftime, we hope you enjoyed both the cheerleaders and the band as we get set to start the second half. Looks like the captains, it looks like both teams are coming back onto the field as the lights are on here at Buffalo State. Darkness has settled in, and the North will be receiving the kickoff. Jordan Theodore is back deep. He's back at about the 8-yard line, and there are 3 up men for the North, including Amari Jones. He's in the middle. His brother, Javon Jones, is on one side of him. And on the other side, it's Tyler Ryan out of Clarence. Yeah. So the South gets set to kick off as we get set to start the second half, and we're underway. And the kick comes to Jones at about the 25. He's got some room to run and good speed, and he's out to the 40 before being shoved out of bounds by Marquise Miller, who, as Tom mentioned, had a great, after a slow start, had a great first half.
And think about this, right? What did I talk about? I've said they've gotten. I think they're going to mark it to 39, but they've gotten to the 40-yard line for starting position. Their starting position has been at least the 40.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line for the North. This will be the first play from scrimmage here in the second half. And there's the handoff to Theodore, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Big defensive play there, and we on those plays before. That's Jamari Coleman. He brings him down for a loss on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half. And
he went unblocked. They just showed the instant replay. He went unblocked right through the hole is what he did, and makes a great play right there.
And Antonio Davis III from Bennett High School is the quarterback for the North as they start the second half. Davis out of the shotgun snap, and he will keep that one rolling to the far side, and he's lost the football, and the South looks like they have the ball on the far side. He got spun around, the ball popped out.
I think they're going to say it's an incomplete pass.
I think you're right. So Davis actually made a really nice play then if he was able to do that.
And give Matthias, that was Matthias who actually got out there. Again, Aiden Matthias coming out and showing exactly why he is a top player and why he's in this game.
So that's a bit of a break for the North that they did not lose the football. Smart play by Davis. And that will bring up 3rd down. Got to get out to the 49-yard line of the North for a first down.
But this is what they were converting, right? Late in that first half, beginning of the second half. These are the plays that they were converting.
Davis takes the snap, and he's got nowhere to go. He's brought down at about the 20-yard line, the 29-yard line, and guess who got him?
Look, I want to see if he goes untouched again. Because, he went in there. It looks like he's not even getting touched. He isn't.
Nobody
he's not even
blocked him.
getting touched. That's the second time in this set of downs nobody even touched him out there.
There's nothing Antonio Davis III can do about that. He had no chance. So they will punt the ball away. The North will. To the South. And going back as the return man. And there's the ball. He gets away from the punter, and he's brought down at about the 18-yard line, brought down by number 11. Nywan Littlejohn out of Western New York Maritime and Health Sciences. And it's a huge break for the South. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 deep inside North territory with a chance to tie it up.
So here we go. The start of the game started with it, right, with the South. Now the start of the second quarter does exactly the same thing. And so, really, right now, you got to give huge props to Jamari Coleman. But I don't know what their linemen are worried about because they're obviously going another way and not even touching Jamari Coleman twice.
Kidd and Warburton, the running backs with Casella, Micah Harry, and Pagan. Harry at the top of your screen, Pagan at the bottom. And there's the handoff to Ricardo Kidd. Some great hard running, and he's down close to the 10-yard line where it'll be 2nd down. Good run there. Ricardo Kidd, who played at St. Francis High School.
Looked like he got much farther than that, didn't it?
Well, yeah, they spotted it at just inside the 15. I thought he was closer to the 10.
Yeah, it looked like he got much more yardage on that.
It's deceptive. Casella hands it off to Kidd one more time, and looks like he's on the other side of the 10.
Somebody's shoe went flying off. Watch it. Look at it about the 23-yard line.
Oh, I
That's
see it.
the shoe sitting out there on the field.
Oh. Third down.
But again, this is that methodical running right up the gut is where they're going, right?
Third down for the South. And there's the handoff, and it looks like there's a first down and then some, perhaps inside the 5. Dalton Caldwell, I believe. And it's a first down for the South, and we have a timeout on the field.
We had an injured player.
Oh, an injured player. Hopefully whoever that is okay. Are we going to go down on the field?
No, I don't think we've got an interview
Okay,
set. So
well, that's on me.
Let's, Stu, look at when you're looking at where a running back is going, right? What you want to do is if you look at the linemen, watch the way they're turning a player. Can they turn a player to the outside is what they could do, right? So think about if you're, a guard, right? What you're doing is if you want someone to come up your gap that's right there, you're turning them away from the other gap. So what you want to do is what you're looking out there is to see the player that has actually really opened up that hole by taking the player right out of the gap, and that's where it begins and the gap gets created.
And here in the second half, once again, the South is off to a pretty good start. So it's first and goal from about the 3-yard line. Casella handed off to Caldwell, and he stopped short of the goal line. So we'll bring up second down and goal.
And that was a tough, like I said, we didn't see it till afterwards. You want to see, like I said. Or are you as a running back going past that one, right, or following it where that gap is actually getting created?
So second down and goal for the South from the 3-yard line. Shamonte Griffin back into the game for the North squad. Second and goal, Casella out of the shotgun. And going right up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. And let's take a look at the replay here. Ricardo Kidd gets the TD, and there it is. Some good blocking there and a good run. And it is a 15-14 game. South down by 1.
So a big 2-point conversion, right? Because they kicked, if you remember, the North kicked for their extra point last time. So this is an opportunity for the South to actually go for the lead right here.
See if they can retake it. They haven't scored since the first drive of the game. Oh, I think I might have gotten, they didn't get it. Oh, well. Okay, so there was a penalty. The whistle blew, and then Kidd got shoved to the turf, which I don't think is going to be a penalty.
So they actually have Lavelle in at quarterback right now.
So it's Jeffrey Lavelle out of Hamburg. He's headed to Mercyhurst. Played quarterback and outside linebacker with the Bulldogs.
And now Casella is going to come back in because it's obviously going to turn into a passing opportunity.
So the extra point, the ball spotted now at about the 8-yard line. Micah Harry at the top of your screen. And the South will take a timeout. A little confusion down there. So they'll take a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout here. 10:28 to play, third quarter. It is the North 15, the South 14. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Now the teams come back on the field after the timeout as the South is going for the 2-point conversion here. Now Gasella goes under center. And he's still got the ball, rolls to the right, rolling, stops, throws into the end zone, intercepted. And the 2-point try is no good. Picked off in the end zone by the North.
I'll tell you, those come into play. Special teams right now, you got to say, has been won by the North and is right now a reason for that lead.
No doubt. I believe that was picked off by Tyler Ryan out of Clarence. So a big play there by one of the Red Devils. And unfortunately, it looks like we've got a player down in the end zone after that play. So the North hangs on to the lead at 15-14.
So, Stu, what I was going to say was, I mean, this is now a big stop for South. If you think about it, South really hasn't stopped North since that first drive. So, great, you came out, you had the drive you wanted, but it was caused because of the, the whole punt thing. You did it defensively to do it, right? So you got your one stop already. Can you do it again and then try to get the ball back to go after a lead right here? Because think about it, you got 10 minutes still left inside this quarter and still another 15. You got to think about now how you're going to make some stops and put some points up on the board, and that goes to both sides of the ball.
And there are only so many possessions in a game.
Yep.
So back deep as they tend to, we cannot see who the injured player is.
No, but I
in the
think
end
it's
zone.
a cramping type thing. Normally when you see the trainer, it looks like it's Amari Jones is who
Amari
it
Jones.
is.
Yep.
But
and he seems to be up
yeah,
and okay.
You could see normally when you see that trainer start stretching the leg out, that's normally a cramping situation when we see it, especially on a hot day like this. But it is funny. A lot of people think the cramping only happens during these hot, warm days. They happen during the, during the winter days too, even when it's cold out. Think about how many cold games we did where we saw cramping come up and out in the field.
Anthony Bowman back deep. There are 3 players at about the 20-yard line. And the kickoff will be taken at the 20 by Theodore. He's out to the 38-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds, where it'll be 1st and 10. He's shoved out of bounds by Marquise Miller. There's that name again. He's making a case for a potential MVP. And Theodore's had a nice game as well, so it's 1st and 10 for the North squad at about the 38-yard line. Oh, looks like they're going to spot it at the 39. So it's 1st and 10 for the North. And we'll see if Antonio Davis III gets some better protection this time.
Yeah, well, or is someone going to focus on Jamari Coleman?
And we're going to be going down on the field. There's a handoff to Theodore. Let's go down on the field and Theodore takes it inside South territory. And now let's go down on the field for a Logistics Plus interview.
Tom, I am perhaps with arguably the most dedicated player of anybody out here in this year's Kensington Lions All-Star game, Dalton Caldwell, who has been coming up from Falconer Cassadaga Valley up to play for practices and games here in Buffalo the past 2 weeks. Dalton, first question is, why did you want to be in this game so bad that you're going an hour and a half one way?
I don't really know. I mean, it's probably the history with this game. I mean, I watched it on YouTube last year, and I remember sitting in my living room like, man, I want to play in that one day. And I remember getting the call, and I'm like, yeah, I have to do this. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You can't pass it up.
You went to Falconer as well. What do you remember? What do you think your biggest memory was playing at Falconer?
Oh, man, my teammates. I think the merger with the 3 schools. I mean, I probably made my best friends there. My buddy Matt Welsh, shout out Matt Welsh. We're rooming together at Alfred, and if it wasn't for that merger, I wouldn't be best friends with him. So.
Why Alfred?
the chemistry there, shit. Ooh, pardon my French.
All right, we'll cut that out.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, it's close to home. I mean, I have my family an hour and a half away. It's just a good place for me, I think.
Which new teammate of yours have you enjoyed the most hanging out with?
On this team? Justice Hill. I think me and him have probably the same, like, comedic type of personality. And it's fun to be around him because, like, I could do whatever I want. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do that too. So it's pretty fun being around him.
All right, Dalton, we'll let you get back in the game. Stu, Tom, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you.
That's a great example of dedication. And the North has moved the ball all the way down to the south 32-yard line where they face a 3rd down and short.
Nice swing pass on that last play you saw out there for Theodore to get to the outside. But you can see that's a strength. If they can get and use their speed and get to the outsides, that's exactly going to be a positive and normally a big play for the North.
Davis will keep this one himself. Will they let him turn the corner? No. And looks like he's stopped short, although at the end he did push forward a little bit. We'll have to see where they spot it. I think it's going to be a little short.
No, they gave it to him.
They gave him the first down. Nice play by Antonio Davis III.
And it was almost like the tackle, instead of tackling, threw him to the ground, and the throw is really what helped get that first down.
Yeah, it looked like at first he was stopped short, and just at the end of the play, he came forward. So it's 1st and 10. Ball spotted a little bit outside the 30-yard line of the South. As Tom mentioned, this is a big drive for both teams, but for the South with which just got it to within 1 point, and now North has moved smartly down the field one more time. Davis, he'll hand that one off, and coming to the near side and spinning away from tacklers, and the ball comes out. Jones coughed it up, and the South has the football. That was Javon Jones who made a nice run, but somebody got a hand.
Emmett Reeder. It's Emmett Reeder who got it.
And somebody forced the fumble. Let's take a look at the replay. And
it was Emmett Reeder. Emmett Reeder forced it and got it back.
That's a great play by Reeder and a huge play in this game as the North is denied and South gets the ball back.
Boy, that's a huge defensive play right there. That's something that can get you a defensive award right there.
Yes, it can.
You know?
It certainly can. And Gasella's back in at quarterback for the South. It's 1st and 10 for the South at the North at their own 23-yard line. Harry at the top of your screen. Pagan at the bottom. Warburton and Kidd, the running backs. Hand off to Kidd. And Kidd gets 2, maybe 3 yards right there. And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what this is. In the territory of holding, which is what we're going to guess it is. And well, let's see. They're
it's funny. It looked like there was much going on there. I mean,
yeah. And it's a 10-yard penalty. He'll back him up. It'll still be 1st down. And that'll take him all the way back inside the 15-yard line, take him back to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, this is one of those that look like it happened right at the line of scrimmage right there because it's only going to be a 10-yard penalty.
I haven't seen too much of Micah Harry handling the ball.
I don't think he's carried it at all. He's been playing more of a wide receiver is what he's been playing. In fact, I don't think he's been targeted yet either.
Maybe once, I think. Maybe. Casella hands it off to Warburton, and there's a good hard run. Nice run there. He got it out close to the 20-yard line. Some good hard running. And look who's doing some blocking there. There's a man we've seen a lot of, Jamari Coleman, in on the play there. He's having quite a night. And this will be 2nd down. Coleman getting the job done on both sides of the ball. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Warburton goes out. Second down and 15 for the South. Casella throws far side and dropped.
A lot of these drops that you've seen today have really been, I'm trying to run before I actually catch the ball, right? Where do I go next because I know I'm going to make this play?
It's an easy thing to fall into because you're so excited to make the catch. You got to catch it before you can make the move or before you can start running with it.
And I'll tell you, these long third down, second down long plays have not been converted right now by that South team. And it's something they got to figure out a way to be able to convert right now if they're going to make sure they don't keep giving the North incredible field position.
Which they will most likely get here if they can come up with a stop on third and long. They have to get out to the 33-yard line, and they're at the 18. Third and long, Casella to pass. He throws, caught. Pagan all the way out at the 50, the 40, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line. Nice throw and catch. And it's a first down. Huge play there by Casella and Pagan.
Right after you say it, this has got to happen, and then you'll see it right here.
That play happened fast. That ball was right where it needed to be, and he had a nice run after the catch, too.
It really was. You got to give Casella because he threw that into traffic right there. You saw there were three players right there, and he fit that right in. Give Casella some huge props on that one.
So it's 1st and 10 now from the 36-yard line for the South. And there's the handoff to Caldwell, and he's got about maybe a yard, if that. That hole was plugged pretty quickly, and that'll bring up second down. So a big third down conversion by the South, and let's see what they can do with it here. Is it beginning to get late in the third quarter, under 5 minutes to play? South down by 1, 15-14. Actually, they gave them a loss on the play, a loss of 1, so it's 2nd and 11. Casella, and ball's out. Caldwell falls on it. I think that might have been a bad exchange on the handoff, and now it's third down and long from the 40-yard line. I want to give a shout out to our entire Western New York Athletics crew who've done great work all day here. Mario Hall, Russ Battaglia, Pat Schwab, Tim Gardner, Heidi Gunther, Data Gunther, no relation, Frank Wolf, Francis Beck, and of course Tom Prince. And it's just been a great night for the quote-unquote unofficial kickoff of the 2023 high school football season. Third down and long here for the South squad. And it's Casella back to pass, throws on the far side. That one is caught. No, they're going to say incomplete. It was dropped on the far side, and it's fourth down now.
And this is that weird spot, right? Especially because it's a long one. It's not like it's 4th and 8. You're talking about 4th and 13 right here.
Or do you try to punt and back them up deep in their own end?
I think that's what they're going to do.
I think so, too. That's what it's starting to look like. Well, Theodore and Jones going back to be the deep men for the North squad. Chris Bergman out of Akron also out there, as the South will punt it away.
I think you're going to see the Jones show right here.
And it takes a bounce at the 20 and rolls at the 10, and it'll be down at about the 6-yard line. So the South does what they want to do there. They put the North deep in their own end of the field, and they'll have about 96 or 94 yards to go to reach the end zone. So the South.
This is the first time they have not had good field position. Really one of the first times all night. So now, again, can they still move the ball from this spot? They do that, boy, they could really start putting themselves in a good spot.
You're 100% correct about that. And if they can do it while consuming some time, running some time off the clock too, so much the better for them. Davis the third in at quarterback. Tyler Ryan from Clarence into the game. Daniel Peoples, who I don't think has been targeted in this game, at the bottom of your screen. At the top, I believe it's Ryan. Davis takes the snap. He'll throw it to Peoples. He'll make the catch and slide on his backside at about the 11-yard line for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on first down. His first catch of the night.
Right after you said it too, right? Yeah. I don't think he's been targeted yet.
Yeah. So it's second down. You ever been a play caller, Tom? You coached a lot. Did you ever call any plays for an offense?
No, I always let my offensive coordinator do
Did you?
that, yeah.
Never wanted to do it?
No.
No? Okay. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. Till everybody started being critical of you. Davis will hand that one off. And it's on the far side. And getting awfully close to the first down, I think, is Anthony Bowman. And he got the first down. Not sure if he pitched that or threw that to him.
It was a thrown ball. It was thrown out to the outside is where it was.
It was a nice fake because I kind of bid on it to the right side.
But a big first down. I mean, you're back down in your territory, and you do a fantastic job of getting yourself out of there.
So 1st and 10 for the North squad. As we get late in the third quarter, 2.5 to play. Bowman at the top of your screen, Peoples at the bottom. Davis. And it's a handoff. And the ball might have come out there, but I think the North still has it. If anything.
It's a late handoff. It was like they were waiting to hand the ball off, and then Skinner finally takes it right there and runs right up the gut.
Lucas Dries into the game now. Out of Roy Hart, Barker, Lindenville, and he's going to Southeast Lineman Training Center. And we got a timeout on the field.
Now, you know what that is, though, right?
Is that like, I can't think of it's one of the academies.
No.
No?
No, he's going to learn how to climb poles so that he can work on telephone poles.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? All the different,
really
light
cool.
poles. That's what he's going to school for, yes.
Good for him. I didn't know that. I learned something new. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good for him. So it's late in the third quarter, 2:05 to play. North up 15-14. There's a timeout on the field. And we're going to go down on the field for one of our Logistics Plus interviews with Francis Beck.
3, 2, 1.
Who has been around on plenty of high school fields, football, soccer, you name it, he's there. This is Terry Kunick with Chalk Training Athletics. Terry, tell us a little bit about what Cross Training does.
Cross Training is a faith-based organization that works with high school athletic teams, boys and girls, and just presents good character players of the games. We try to promote that good character aspect of the games. And
you've been around this game for a long time. What is your favorite part about it?
Oh, I just love watching these high school kids, especially star players, go at it. They're so talented and so athletic. It's just a fun night for them, and it's fun to watch them.
Well, Terry, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all you guys do at Cross Training Athletics.
Thank you at Western New York Athletics, too, for all you do. We appreciate it in the community.
All right, Stu, Tom, we'll send it back up to you.
Well, Jordan Theodore with a great run takes it out to about close to the 40-yard line. Unfortunately, there's a South player down on the field. We can't see what number, at least I can't. I don't think you can either, Tom, because there's a couple of coaches standing around him, and hopefully he'll get up. And we'll find out. And right now we're going to take a quick break. 15-14 North over the South. You're watching the 47th Annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game on Western New York Athletics.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work with a strong
Cole Smith was the injured player from Lockport, but he got up and ran off under his own power. 1st and 10 now. And there's a fake to Theodore. Davis will keep it himself at the 45, and he's out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Stu was Damari Johnson. It was from
Damari
the south.
Oh, I had it. I had it backwards.
You said the north one, right?
Yeah,
so
sorry.
From the south.
Sorry about that.
But it looks like he got up and okay, so you hope it's just like a cramp.
And I saw him in the white. I just looked down at the wrong sheet. So Davis gets it out to the 48-yard line. And they're saying that's a first down. So the chains will move. First down. Davis gets the first down. They alternated quarterbacks in the first half, but Davis has had the game to himself here in the third quarter. Got off to a rocky start when got caught behind the line of scrimmage a couple times because his offensive line forgot to block somebody. But he's rallied. Now he hands it off to Theodore. Theodore at the 50, still on his feet. Nice move, and gets it down to about the 45 or 44-yard line. Jordan Theodore having quite a game for himself here. And that'll bring
And it was funny, if you actually saw that one, Jamari got in again without a touch. But unfortunately, the play was going away from him, which is the only reason why he wasn't able to catch up right on that one. But Theodore doing a fantastic job, really just getting as quickly as he can to the outside. Most of these runs are to the outside, and then he's using his strength by keeping the legs going. If you're a youth player, learn this. Never stop those feet. They should always be going.
Second down from the 45-yard line. Davis takes the shotgun snap, and he throws it. It's incomplete to Theodore. Looked like Davis kind of got caught in between of what he wanted to do as he started running up the middle, then decided, I don't think what I thought I saw here is here, so I'll try and find Theodore, and it's an incomplete pass, and it brings up third down.
I actually thought he had a better opportunity to run the ball. He would have already had that first down if he kept the ball in his hands.
So third down. Third and about 3.
And you're talking about an opportunity, Stu, to get 2 chances here. I mean, they've gone for it a lot in this down, and either way, it's going to be a short opportunity to try to get that first down.
Davis hands it off to Theodore, and there's nowhere to go. And a late flag comes in. Let's see what that flag is.
Well, I mean, the hold would be tough to call on that one when you saw 4 guys get through there. But was there a face mask or anything on there is really what you're thinking
and
now.
Is it on the offense or the defense?
Right.
Looks like it's on the, well, I thought the offense was going to start backing up.
Well, they're going to look at them because that's normally whether you're going to take the penalty or not.
Yeah. And there was no real hole there.
Well, they may sit here and say, I'll take this because I'm going to get the down here, right?
Yes. Let's see what the call is. Well, they haven't made any signals yet. Well, it looks like it's on the offense, and they're back. They're going to back them up, but I still didn't see a signal. I'm going to say that's a holding penalty.
So it has to be a hold, 10 yards there. So it's got to be some sort of hold, which you found hard to believe because there were 4 guys that got through on that one, right?
Yeah, that's a really good question. They've got to get to the 42 of the South for a first down, and that's going to bring the third quarter to a close. And we're going to take a break. After 3 quarters, it's the North 15, the South 14. You're watching the 47th Annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game on Western New York Athletics.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
You say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Well, some of our fans of Western New York athletics might recognize this young man from our football and softball coverage over the past year. But this is Jim Craig. He is also, and more importantly, a member of the Connolly Cup. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about what the Connolly Cup is.
The Connolly Cup strives to find the best overall player in Western New York for a given year. The Connolly Cup is comprised of a committee of about 17 members right at this present time that view over 300 games in person almost every year. That's what the count was last year. So that our strive is to get the best player in Western New York.
And of course, practices start or games start in about a month. So what is your preseason for the Connolly Cup? How do they get ready for the year?
First of all, we have a meeting in the middle of August to get everybody together and set down our plan and where we're going to go and how we're going to do things. And we try to make sure that we try to see as many schools. We want to see every single school if we can. I think last year we might have missed 5 schools out of all the schools in Western New York. So that's one of our goals. The other goals is during the year, we have 3 other meetings that we get together and sit down to tell everybody exactly what we've gotten, go over players, go over what we've seen, and try to prepare ourselves for the end of the year.
All right, well, Jim, thank you for you and what everybody on the committee does. Stu Tom, we'll send it back up to you.
Well, Davis III is tackled, and a late flag comes in. Let's see which flag that is. That's on maybe Damari Johnson, who made the tackle.
And he's throwing his arms up, that going like, I didn't do anything. So, obviously, I think he believes that it's on them.
The play before, there were offsetting penalties. Looked clearly like pass interference against the South, but there was another penalty. There's a personal foul against the defense on the South. That'll be a first down by penalty, grabbing the face mask. And that's another huge penalty going against the South. And they got a break on the previous one where it looked like they clearly had pass interference, but apparently there was another penalty.
That was a bad one, too. I mean, you could have called it on not only one guy, maybe even 2 guys on that last one.
I mean, the flags flew fast and furious. It was a nice throw by Davis.
And he was under pressure. I mean, he had guys all over. They were obviously getting some penetration there.
And he made a nice throw, and Bowman got hit. I think he got hit twice before the ball got to him. So now it's 1st and 10. They're about the 30-yard line. The North in the blue. And here's Davis running to the right side, and he will not turn. The ball's out, and the South falls on the ball. He tried to turn the corner, couldn't do it. The ball came out, and the South recovers. So Davis running to the right when he looked like he had a good gain, and let's see who can get the ball out here. That Dalton Caldwell? No, there's a second player who hit him.
It was I think it was number 3 is who it was.
Nani Rivera?
It's what it looked, again, tough to tell clear across the field for us, but that's who I thought it was.
Well, your eyes have never failed me, so that's what we'll go with. 1st and 10 for the South. a 1-point game, and this one's living up to any kind of advanced billing or hype. Good game here.
2 big, though, turnovers right now by the North that's kept the South in this game.
And the South needs to find a way to take advantage if they want to find a way to win this game. Casella at quarterback, and he will hand that one off to Ricardo Kidd, who's got some running room. Great run out there. He's all the way out beyond the 45-yard line. Now, that's a great run right there.
You got to look at Ty Parker. Ty Parker's going nuts on the sidelines. You got to think he loves that run right there. I mean, that really is all Kidd here. See where the hole comes, right? You can see he goes out to the outside. Actually, it wasn't a big hole. He actually made a lot of that himself right there, and really the extra yards for extra yardage right there.
So it's a first down for the South. The ball spotted at the 45-yard line. South trying to find a way to retake the lead here. Down by 1. South scored on their first drive. They went up 8-0. Then the North scored back-to-back touchdowns and took a 15-14 lead, and that's where we are. That's all the scoring. And the shotgun snap is handed off, and a short gain out to about maybe the 47-yard line. It'll bring up second down.
Good job by the North there. You saw as they actually closed that gap very quickly. Opened up, but they closed it real quick.
So it's second down now for the South squad. Got to get to about the 45-yard line of the North for a first down. Ball's at the South 48-yard line. And there's a handoff to Kidd, and Kidd, I think he's got the first down there. If he doesn't get it, he's just short. Another good run by Kidd.
Look at our outside guy right out here. So he's off, and then the other one. Oh, wow.
They got the first down. Well.
Wow, they did. It looked like, you see that late move? It looked like both guys didn't have it as a first down.
And then suddenly the chains are moving.
Wow. You could see where the spot is. You could see where neither one of them were in the first down area, and they gave it to him.
Kidd running hard. Kidd and Theodore both having outstanding nights. And there's a handoff one more time to Kidd. No, that would have been Warburton. A short gain there. It'll bring up second down. 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 for the South from the North 43-yard line. Pagan comes to the near side. Harry goes to the top of the screen. He's on the far side. Shotgun snap, handoff to Kidd, and he spins away from a couple of tacklers, and looks like he got about 5 or 6 yards, where it'll be third down, 3rd and 3 or 4.
He really is showing his strength, especially late in this game.
Sorry, that was, I believe that was Dalton Kincaid, number 28.
Caldwell,
excuse me. Third and 5 for the South.
This is pretty close to that 2 opportunities right here, especially with 10 minutes left in this game.
Casella hands it off. It's Harry, Micah Harry coming. Oh, no, that's not Harry.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
And he's got a first down. Nice run. He got a little bit of a late hit there at the end. Somebody kind of dropped on him. And it's a first down for the South. Big run there for Micah Harry.
And did a great job. Do you see how he actually was very patient, waiting for a hole to open up so he could actually break through that hole? Great job, I thought, by Harry, just making sure he waited for his opportunity to be able to get that first down.
And I think that's his first carry.
I do too.
And now it's ball spotted at the 33-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for the South.
And it looks like he's going to stay in there with Caldwell.
And there's a handoff to Caldwell. He's got some running room. Caldwell down to about the 11-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. And I wonder if that's going to be a holding because that hole opened up.
Definitely behind the. I see where the flag is, and they're calling the sticks back as we speak. He just moved it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and there's the call. So it's a holding penalty against the South. Oh, no, it's an ineligible receiver downfield. And let's see where they move the ball back to, unfortunately, for the South. That's a 15-yarder. And so that'll take it back to the 40-yard line of the North. So big break there for the North and a mistake by the South.
I tell you, it's been the South hurts themselves with the penalties. The North has hurt themselves with the turnovers. That's really, you know, I mean, when you look at both sides of the game, where we stand.
Size and speed, penalties, turnovers. It's quite a foursome. Second down. Got to get to the 23-yard line for the first down. Harry in motion. He gets the pitch. Micah Harry still on his feet. He's got some running room, and he's down inside the 30. Nice run there.
Like the call right there, too, right? Give it job. You've already seen Micah Harry's done a great job when he's got the ball in his hands right there. There's a reason why he's carried Lancaster to what he has the last couple of years. Here's another, let's talk a little bit about Micah Harry. How about this young man who actually broke his collarbone, right, coming into the season, got cleared on the first game almost literally a couple hours before game time to be able to play in that game and then play in the season.
Wow. Second down here. Nice run by Harry. And there's a handoff to, I believe that's Caldwell. Got a yard or two, a little bit short of the first down. It'll bring up third down. And there's no doubt here, I would suggest that if they don't get the first down, they will go for it on the
you
fourth
got to
down.
think down in this range right here.
I would think so. .7:16 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter as the clock becoming a little bit more of a factor. Third down and about 2 for the first down here.
And remember, special teams, we've been talking about it, right? That extra points are going to come big.
Sella hands it off to Caldwell, and I think he's got the first down. Or are they going to say he's just short?
No, I think they're going to give him this.
Thought he had the first. Yep, there go the change. First down, good run by Dalton Caldwell. You heard his story with Francis Beck about driving up here and how important it was for him to be in this game. And he gets a big first down for his South team.
And again, another run up the gut. Did you see where that one went? That was the strength. That's what we talked to about earlier in this game that they were doing and they were capitalizing on.
First and 10. Handoff and another good run that's inside the 15-yard line.
Thought I saw a flag there, but no, I didn't. And look at the pace right now.
Yeah.
Look at them trying to pick the pace up right here for the South. And obviously they're trying to use the strength, right? Use the strength. That's your line, right? You're trying to capitalize on this.
And that time there's nowhere to go for Caldwell, and they'll shove him back. See if they call that no gain or a loss of a yard or two.
I think it's going to be a loss, at least a 1.
I think so, too.
I thought it was kind of like almost like a broken play. Did you see it just didn't develop the way it should have?
Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the awards ceremony on the field for you. Tom and I will wrap it up here. And we'll have
They
Jake.
give out multiple awards, so we're going to see a lot of like lineman awards. We're going to see MVP awards. We're going to see offensive awards, defensive awards. We're going to see everything pretty much happen in this game.
And Jake Cruiser will have that for you, our excellent PA announcer tonight. We're going to take a break. 4:53 to go. Fourth quarter, North 15, South 14. You're watching the 47th annual Kensington Lions All-Star Game on Western New York Athletics.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
3rd and 2 for the South. And there's the handoff, and he's got the first down. I believe that's Caldwell one more time. And
it was.
Good hard running there for the first down. By the way, I said it was Jake Cruiser. It's actually Jack Cruiser. I'm sorry, Jack. Either way, you do an excellent job.
But you got to give the middle right now of this line you're talking about for the South to be able to get this, right? These don't happen. These holes don't get created for you to get these small. Because, listen, the linebackers are waiting right after there, right? So if you're going to bust through the hole right there, everybody knows it's a short yard. It's got to be one in the trenches, and that's where you've got to give right now the South what they were trying to do in the beginning of the game. They brought it back.
And if they find a way to win this game, that's where the game will have been won.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
There's a handoff, and cutting inside to about the 5 was Ricardo Kidd.
Boy, there was tons of misdirections on there. You got Warburton going one way, you got Kidd going the other way. I mean, it was you had a lot of misdirection, which went really well, especially when you've got this caliber running back in the backfield.
And when you run the ball like this, you're not only gaining ground, you're killing the clock.
Yep.
What they need to do to make absolutely certain here is to score, use more clock and score. Then you can play some defense. But
Well,
you got to score.
I'm even going to say is your 2-point conversion may almost be even more important at this point. You know.
Yes. Good point. Casella hands it off and into the end zone for the touchdown. Warburton from Cheektowaga gets his second TD of the night, and the South retakes the lead to 15. And here's a look at the replay.
Look at the goal. Did you see the middle open up like that?
Yes.
All the middle opens up, and your running back goes right up the middle right there.
Nice hole there.
Did you see? Remember we talked about it. See the push? The push went one way and opened up the hole right up the middle.
And all Warburton had to do was run into the hole and get right through into the end zone.
And that's when Warburton right there, probably give credit to his line again, right? Because that was a beauty. You could see it right there from that angle how it opened up for him.
And now with 3:07 to play in the fourth quarter.
This right here,
huge.
This is big. This, I won't lie to you guys, this is big right here. And you got Warburton and Caldwell right now in the backfield along, well, it looks like Micah Harry's going to go to the outside.
There's the handoff, and he barrels in there for the 2-point conversion. Caldwell gets the 2-point conversion. That's a huge conversion. Watch it again right here. Great effort coming up here by the South squad. Did some great work by himself. Warburton threw a good block too. and it's 22-15 in favor of the South.
Now, remember, though, okay, folks, let's talk. We've seen the North. They can do it, too. They've got the opportunity to still go for a 1-point conversion or a 2-point conversion. So they still have the opportunity, if they scored, that they could potentially take the lead. Now it's all about, right? Let's see it. You've had your speed all day right here, right? Can you go ahead and produce on it? And South, you've had your bigs right here. Can you make the stops that you need?
So it comes down to this. South takes a late lead, and can the North respond? How will the North respond? Tyler Ryan and Javon Jones, Jordan Theodore, and Amari Jones. Jordan Theodore, the deepest of the return men, as they await this kickoff. And here it comes. End over end kick. And it's taken by Jones, and he's out to the 25. It looked like Theodore wanted to come up and get that one, but Jones was there and got it. And he took it out to about the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the North. Trailing now, 22-15.
Probably the only time on a kickoff that they're not sitting at the 40-yard line or the 39-yard line, right? So it's the first time we've seen good coverage come from the South right there.
Aiden Pitts in at quarterback out of Medina, and he's coming here to Buff State, so this is his home field for the next 4 years.
And remember, he threw that big touchdown pass, so you got your gunslinger in this game right now, too.
He threw it to Shamonte Griffin. And Pitts back to pass, but he's caught behind the line of scrimmage and brought down at the 23-yard line. Big play there by the South defense. 63.
Well, I know somebody in that press box up there is holding their breath. What's going to come out in this next interview? But I'm joined by South captain Luke Prince. And Luke, what has this experience been like?
Unbelievable. I've had 9 days with these kids at practice. Absolute best time of my life. I mean, yeah, Orchard Park is great, but the amount of memories I made with these boys in 9 days, the last one we got to get is a W. To end that. Absolute blast.
Who's been your favorite teammate on the South squad?
My favorite teammate, it's got to be Cam. Okay. He's really funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good time. Everyone's funny. Mike is a dog. My whole line's hype, man. And it all starts in the trenches. Come on now. I know no one gives us love, but I mean, come on now.
Well, your dad gives you guys love. And let me ask this. You know, everybody in Western New York knows Tom is pretty intense when it comes, whether he's in the booth or he's interviewing. And the question is he that intense at home?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. His interviews in the office and stuff, dude, I can hear from upstairs. It's crazy. I love it, though. It brings intense to the house. I mean, my mom might think it's questionable, but it's a great time, man.
All right, on that note, we'll send it back up to you guys. Good luck, Luke, for the rest of the 3 minutes. Send it back up to you.
Luke, definitely a chip off the old block there, Tom. That was great. And so what he's telling us is you're just the same at home as you are here with us. We're grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm still going to kill him after the game.
All right, it's 3rd and long now for the North. A near interception on the last play. Here's Pitts. Back to pass. This time he has a second or two. He throws to the near side. Incomplete, intended for Shamont. And there comes the flag. Looked like he called that one, and then the official standing nearby him threw the flag.
That was a late hit. I think that's going to be called a late hit is what it's going to be called.
So it wasn't for pass interference.
No, because if you noticed, it wasn't until after the play almost when he landed on him like a defensive receiver.
Well, that's going to move the North squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think, let's see.
Yep, good call, Tom. So let's see where they spot the ball.
That's a 15-yard penalty right there. It's automatic first down.
But it's from the spot of the foul?
No, it's
okay,
it's from the original spot.
Line of scrimmage. Well, that part was a break for the South.
Oh, heck yeah.
That would have put him well
because
into
it was
there.
obviously short. There was no way he was going to catch it.
And that's a big break for the North. We're under 3 minutes to play. Pitts takes the snap, hands it to Theodore, coming to the near side, and he's run out of. Oh, that could have been a late hit too.
And you saw the sideline was asking for it. I don't know if you saw the sideline; they were all throwing the flags up. But you're absolutely right. That could have been a late hit because he was hit after he was already out of bounds.
That's what I thought. Emmett Reeder might have gotten away with one there, but no call on that one. And it'll bring up second down.